Hello, everyone. This is not going to be the answers video. I haven't really looked at those. There's only a few questions, which is fine. That's kind of what I figured. There'd only be a few, but I want to have some decent answers for those, and I haven't even looked at them yet. I was going to do that tomorrow. Uh, this evening, I got home early and proceeded to get intoxicated instantly, and was watching a video, going through Facebook and watching videos, like I do. Got to set that up. And I was watching the big picture on Russia Today, RT, an interview that's titled Great Minds, Jeffrey M. Smith, Are GMOs Safe? And so I wanted to just talk about a little bit about GMOs and my understanding of what they are. And if you're interested in this topic, let me know if you think I'm being ignorant or biased or in some way don't know what I'm talking about. I have no doubt some of you will do that. But the problem or the issue here in a lot of these, I'm going to play some audio just so you can hear this of what made me want to do this video.
When we look at the characteristics of the diseases and disorders in the United States on the rise in the U.S. population, and they're rising in parallel with the introduction of GMOs and the use of Roundup, which is used on most GMOs, including deaths from stroke and senile dementia and hypertension and obesity, all sorts of cancers, autism, diabetes. And we've now identified ways in which GMOs and the accompanying chemicals sprayed on them might in fact explain this sharp rise. Which, if it's true, would mean GMOs are one of the most dangerous things.
Little ancient aliens language there. Might, which, if true, the whole beginning part of this interview, I was actually kind of following along with him, going, yeah, that's true. I could see that. But he got to this point, and I went, oh, that's where the rails of the crazy train went. Right there. And I don't think necessarily he's crazy, but he's just not smart enough. Coming from me, he's just not smart enough. But I don't feel he's smart enough to understand the nuance of the issue, or he's biased towards it, or there's something else going on. He clearly understands because he states separately the introduction of GMOs and the chemical Roundup associated with those crops. He understands there's a difference. They're two separate things. One is food, one is a plant that has been spliced, scientifically, genetically spliced with another plant in order to add a property. More vitamins, better taste, better color, better drought, something positive. And the other thing is a poison. So of the two things, the plant that has been genetically modified versus the poison that they drench the shit in, of those two, what do you think is the dangerous part? The plant or the poison, Roundup? So I get frustrated by people that just get spoon-fed this bullshit information from Fox News and these conservative, actually I don't want to even say conservatives or Fox News, the anti-vaxxer kinds and the anti-GMOers and all the anti-sciencers. I guess what I'm going to call them. What all the anti-sciencers jump on is the GMO part. That is what science does. So I'm I should restate, I think I've said this, I am totally for genetically modified organisms, GMOs, better foods by better technologies. What I'm against is adding poisons or detrimental toxins or anything like that. Don't add poison. Don't genetically modify a plant to absorb poison. Those are the issues. But to genetically modify a plant to be better tasting, unless it's been obviously shown to cause cancer, and none of them have the genetic, all the cancer-causing deaths, liver disease, all these diseases that he's saying that are associated with GMOs are directly associated with Roundup, separate from the GMOs. So I want better tasting strawberries. I want them as big as my head and to taste as even more sweet and juicy than the smallest, yummiest strawberry you've ever had. I want those strawberries. I want an orange that's perfect and juicy and the peel just comes off easily, like those little halos that you can never fucking find anymore. Genetically modified organism, really against those. The halos. So I really hope anyone watching this is not fooled by this anti-sciencer. And he uses a lot of scientific sounding descriptions. But in the end, it comes down to the language of the ancient alien anti-sciencers. If this is true, or it may, and if true, it may, and if true, and all you need is dun 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 music in the background. They start using that language. Let it go. Let it go. They either have an agenda or they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And they're trying to confuse you, and they're not properly presenting the science, and I don't know why they would do that. Peace.